Hello, everyone. Good morning. How is everyone doing? Good morning, Patrick. You're the only one in here. There's a couple people in the background. Low viewership today. What is going on? Well, thank you for being here, Patrick. See if some more people filter in today. Day before Thanksgiving. Everybody have a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving. No trading today, making homemade pasta noodles for lasagna tomorrow. Sounds excellent, Patrick. Sounds excellent. Good morning, Heinrich. Good morning, George. Here we're finally getting some people rolling in today. So, again, hope everyone has in the U.S. has a happy Thanksgiving. And remember, shortened trading hours tomorrow. I will not be around tomorrow or Friday. I am taking the time off. Today, everything closes with the futures market normal time. Tomorrow, futures are open. Remember, everything closes regular time, reopens this evening. Chicago time, regular time, but then we close like equity futures tomorrow. Stocks are closed, but equity futures, energy futures, FX futures, interest rate futures, and metal futures are all open, but with early closes except for FX. Uh, Thursday evening, they still open the same time, and Friday, stocks are open. Okay, the NYSE is open but closes early, 1 Eastern, 12 Central. And we have equity futures close at 12:15, so 15 minutes after the cash close. Energy 12:45. All these are Central Time, Central Standard Time. FX 12:15. Interest rates 12:15. Metals 12:45. Okay, so that's where that all sits. All right, we had initial jobless claims coming out a little better than expected, continuing jobless claims coming out a little better than expected. The bigger thing was the durable goods. Durable goods, big drop. Durable goods, especially on reduced military spending, big drop there. Big number coming out this morning is the final inflation expectations. Remember, this surprised a little to the upside last time. Expected 3.2 on the 5-year, and on the current inflation expectations, expected 4.4, which is pretty elevated. Good morning, Royal Palms. It's your daughter's birthday on Sunday, hiring Powell and Yellen to do the balloons. Well, happy birthday to your daughter. Happy Thanksgiving, Royal Palms. So, I went over before everybody else is coming, I just went over all the futures and markets closing times. So if you want to know about that, just rewatch the video at the end. We have the crude numbers coming out at 9:30 and then some bill auctions. So keep an eye on there. So again, tomorrow's nothing. Friday, stocks are still open, futures open, shortened trading, but we have key numbers coming out at S&P Global Composite Manufacturing and Services. I will not be here on Friday unless there's something major to discuss, but I think I'm planning on taking the day off. You had Nvidia, which released earnings yesterday. The earnings were pretty good, but the guidance wasn't. So we'll have to see. Trading little lower after hours last night. To see where it opens. I mean, it looks like it's going to open right around still 500 again. So we'll see going into the last trading day. I'm really still watching that 9 a.m. numbers, the inflation expectations with consumer sentiment. So keep an eye on that. Energy pulling back. Starting to watch for a more significant bottoming pattern in here. But overall, besides energy, market broadly positive this morning. Not anything up huge. Technology, consumer, cyclical, and comm services sort of leading the march higher. Fed watch still has just pauses, and then the first cut in May. Fear and greed still in greed mode. Hey, options 22. Happy Turkey Day. So, also might be getting that bottoming formation in dollar index, which I've been watching for. S&P. The S&P, we do have a little mini double, might be invalidated today on any strong rally. So I'll be watching 45, 36, 75 on a closing basis. And I'm really focused on then the 45, 20 and 45, 11 if we do pull back. If we break out to the upside, There's no point in doing a super minor harmonics, but a key area, let me just fine tune this up. Fine tune this. We have the key areas would be 45.88 and 46.0125. So 4600 to 4601. Retesting that 75% harmonic. So that's really what I'm watching. If we break above Monday's high, besides using really short-term harmonics, 45.88 is the next key level. Remember, daily cycles starting to roll over. So far, just a sideways correction. Weekly cycles still getting to the top. So going to be watching for more of a significant topping pattern coming up in the next couple days. NASDAQ, keeping an eye on yesterday's high. If we break above yesterday's high, which was 16,122, 50, 16,163.25, 16,204, and then the next level above there is 16,303. Besides that, this is going to be one of those lower probability doubles because of this flat area before here. Okay. Now I'm using the right hand side, so if we pop up onto the, I'll just put it on the left hand side, but I'm going to use the right hand side. I just can't do this, and this extended base drops the probabilities. But it'd be roughly 15,806 from the left hand side, 15,760 and 15,701. So keeping an eye on this, but there should be some significant resistance right around between Monday and Tuesday's high area. So, well, I hope everything was okay at the Dr. Sterling. Thank you for tuning in. The Dow. Remember, all these two potential topping patterns might never trigger. Why aren't we getting any data? Is everybody still here? Let's see. What's going on with the data feed? What is going on? Could somebody respond in the chat if they can still hear me? Let's see if we're frozen across the board. Looks that way. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. There we go. All right. There we go. So the Dow. Sorry about that. Again, low probability double. If we get back below this 15,096 on a closing basis, 34,998, 34,948, 34,900 to the upside. The key, whoa, everything's going really slow. I'm still here. The dermatologist. Boy, is anybody else having trouble? Or is it my feed? Because I'm still broadcasting fine. There we go. Remember, all these little mini doubles are against the daily rotation zone, so this would just be a very minor pullback. Hey, Chris, happy Turkey Day to you too. The Russell, key resistance still 1813. Key support 1787. We drop below that 1778. Other than that, just a choppy sideways consolidation move. Going into Friday, remember I won't be here Friday unless something major happens. Above 1813, we'd be looking at 1821, and then major resistance 1830. The VIX, still no fear, but we're into that very significant bottoming area with potential cycles topping on the equities, so keep an eye on that. The DAX finally hits the second pattern on the head and shoulders. So, and remember, that was the first. The first and second targets were the high probability ones. If it does continue, 16,275. Let's just see where the reverse harmonics take us to. But I'm not really going to be watching this. I mean, if it does run up, I'd be watching more 16,153. This drops the probabilities off substantial, especially with very overbought in cycles at the top. Notes. The notes, let's just take a look. Again, a lower probability, not a head and shoulders, but a lower probability double. So I'm just keeping an eye to see if we drop below below 108.14 on a closing basis. Other than that, retest at 109.07 harmonic. We break above there, and not just for today, but Friday, 109.20 and a half. The yield is no more potential double bottom. Let me just double check that. Yes, it is still. We just have to go to the other side. It is still. So, we need a close above 4.489 and then 4.544, 4.57, 4.559. Really pay attention to this at 9 a.m. with those inflation expectation numbers. The 10-2s might be trying to get a little bottoming formation in here after completing the double top and in the key reversal zone, but nothing really solid yet. Dollar index. This was, there we go. This was on a break above the high with the potential follow-through close, was an aggressive %B buy. So keeping an eye on that. Does that mean it has to turn to rocket ship? I'm going to be watching for a longer-term bottoming formation also. But we're starting to get some buying pressure against some key support between the 50 and the 62.5, right in front of the next harmonic. So I will be. This was the aggressive pattern. Now I'm going to be watching to see if we get a stronger pattern. Crude rolling on down. Rolling. Watching to see if we get below 73.89 for that potential double setup. But again, there should be some key support right around this 72.80 to 73 should that continue to drop, and see if we get this potential bottoming formation. If it does continue through Thursday's lows, that's last Thursday's lows, 69.23 is next key. Well, congratulations, Kat. Caught a beautiful gap fill on ANF yesterday. Closed above the 62.5 on the 11:30 Eastern Standard Time bar after gapping down on great earnings report. Well, very good. Very good, Sterling. Hope all your rules have come into place, all your trading rules, and you're continuing to make progress. So we still have a potential double with cycles at the top on gold. But I don't know if this is going to pull back enough to trigger. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Otherwise than that, I'm watching for any pullback moves to resume the bullish trend. Not much in silver. Copper, watching to see if it holds this about 370 to 372 area. Yen bouncing after hitting the second target. This will be a %B buy if it follows through and closes above yesterday's high. But again, this is a very aggressive first pattern with cycles at the bottom. And also remember into the weekly rotation zone, coming right down to the bottom of the weekly rotation zone, and now moving back up, especially with dollar strength. So I have to see, but it's coming into a major resistance area. That's why it's a super aggressive. This had to be taken on the break above the high because now there's virtually no reward to risk. Euro. No close above that 62.5, rotating back down. Going to be watching for a more significant topping pattern in the euro. Pound. There's not any great setups just yet on the pound. Spiders. What are we sitting there? 454.81. So on any rollover move, 453.27 first target. 452 next target, and then 450.50, 450.40 to 450.50 to the upside. You're really, there's not a lot of stuff just yet. We have a 4-hour pausing bar. Technically it's a day. So if you really break above 455.12, 457.84 is the next key level besides using your really reverse harmonics minor levels. On a bigger pullback, if something happened below 450.40, we're looking at right around 448.50. The Qs, 390.41 pre-market. You still have a potential gap fill to the upside to 390.74. So a little potential up move there. Above there would be the high from Monday at 391.41 and then 393.70 area. On a rollover play, I'd be watching for roughly the close from yesterday, 388.47, then the low, 386.70, and then the open, which is coming in right about 386.05. Below there, there's major support coming in at 383.80. Nvidia, pretty much flat after earnings. Remember, it was a beat, but guiding lower for fourth quarter. And this thing, we'll have to see. Has this been updated yet with the based off earnings? No, it has not. Or we'll have to see that again, what the new PE is. If it breaks above 500, you have 516.45 as the next key area. If it breaks down below 491.50, your next support area I'd be looking at is 482. Tesla, we're into potential shorter term double top area. So I will be keeping an eye on that. Other than that, the next major resistance, if it does rally today or Friday, 250 is key. 242 is where we're sitting pre-market. All right. I don't know if there's much else to go over right now. We had, does anybody know what John, where is it? Why did I just blank out on John Deere stock symbol? Where's John Deere? What's John Deere's stock symbol? Boy, I just blanked out. There it is, Deere. Oh, wow. Maybe it's time to take a break. I was just seeing what they did today. That was about the only earnings we were really looking for. Oh, they did a beat. A beat. Huh. Interesting. All right. Sorry about the brain fart there. Remember, that was it on earnings. Is it D? Thank you. D. Oh, geez. My head. There we go. Okay. So a beat, but a gap down. Beat, but a gap down. That is where we'll leave it today. Let me just peek back at the S&P. I'll be looking at the tick, but this is a thinner trading day. So it's really good for me. Is going to be determined to see if those 9 a.m. numbers put any fuel on the fire. Was the only earnings today. And remember, Thursday, Friday, there is nothing. Other than that, everyone have a happy Thanksgiving. And I will see you all to kick off next week. Bye for now.